Once in a kingdom of high mountain peaks, where the air was thin and the wind was king, lived an eagle named Apex. While other eagles had two powerful wings to slice through the clouds, Apex was born different. She had one full, strong wing on her left, but on her right there was only a small, still stump. The shadow of insecurity from the moment she could look out of her nest. Apex felt a deep, heavy weight in her heart. She watched her brothers and sisters dive from the cliffs, catching the warm air and the moving toward the golden sun. They looked like the bright streaks of light in the sky. For them, the sky was a place to play. To Apex, it was a reminder of what she didn't have. Apex stayed in the nest long after the others had left. She was very afraid. When she tried to flap her one wing, she didn't rise. She just moved in messy circles on the floor. She felt broken, like a tool made with a missing part. Why was born like this? She would ask the stars every night. She spent hours staring at her reflection in a mountain pool, hating the way her body looked. She was so focused on what she didn't have that she forgot she was still an eagle. She became quiet and stayed in the dark shadow of the trees. This feeling of being not good enough was a heavier weight than her missing wing. It kept her on the ground more than her body ever could. She was a prisoner of her own thoughts, trapped by a question that had no answer. One day, an old wise owl sat near her hiding spot. He had seen many ears and many eagles. He saw Apex staring sadly at the sky. The wind does not care how many wings you have, the owl whispered. It only cares if you're willing to catch it. Apex looked at him with anger. I cannot fly like them. I was born wrong. It's not fair. I spend every day thinking about how much better my life would be if I just had the other wing. The owl nodded slowly. It might not be fair, but you have spent months, maybe years, thinking about that. Has it grown you a new wing? No. Has it made the mountain smaller? No. The time you spend wishing things were different is the time you are wasting. You cannot change how you were born, Apex. That is a fact you must accept. But you can change how you use what you have. Wasting your life fighting with the past while the today is waiting for you to lead. That night, Apex didn't ask why. She made a choice. She stopped looking at the sky with envy and started looking at her one strong wing with interest. Apex began to practice in secret. She didn't try to fly like the others because she knew their way would never work for her. Instead, she learned to use her strong wing to push through the air like a paddle in the water. She found something special. Because she was different, she could perform very tight, fast turns that no two-winged eagle could ever do. She learned to balance her body by using the mountain air in a new way. She didn't fight with the wind, she leaned into it. She focused entirely on her balance, her grip, and her timing. While the others used raw power, Apex used smart moves. Years passed. Apex grew strong. She was no longer the small bird hiding in the nest. She was now the master of the air, flying through narrow paths in the rocks that others found too small or too sharp. One afternoon, a massive scary storm hit the mountain. The sky turned dark and the winds were so strong that even the normal eagles could not keep their balance. Their wide wings caught too much wind and pushed them against the hard rocks. They were too big for the storm. Apex saw her family in danger. She didn't wait. She dove into the heart of the storm. Because she was used to turning and fixing her balance, she could cut through the wind easily. She moved through the storm with a grace. She led the other eagles one by one to a safe cave deep in the cliffs. By the time the sun came out the next morning, the mountain was quiet. Everyone knew the truth. Apex was not the broken eagle anymore. She was the strongest of them all because she had won the battle. Inside herself, long before the storm arrived, she didn't rule by being mean or by having the biggest wings. She ruled by being wise and brave and courageous. She became the queen of the sky because she had finished a challenge no one else had the courage to face. She realized that her fear had been her real cage, not her body. Once she stopped worrying about what she lacked, she became free. This story carries a very deep lesson. You cannot change the way you were born. You cannot change the past or the things you do not have. Every minute you spend thinking about those things is a minute you waste. Stop looking at what is missing and start focusing on what you can control. Your weakness is only a weakness if you let it keep you on the ground. When you master what you have, you can rule the sky. Hello friends, I hope you like the story and I really want you guys to subscribe to my channel as I'm very passionate writer. I write story from heart. You will find different kind of animated story here. If you are interested in storytelling, English speaking and whatever it is, you can subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.